I got STAT1800 final exam study guide. I hope in this this video to work problems 21 and 25, or 21 through 25. You'll see that once I get there that I've already worked these problems. I got interrupted by a student, which is fine. That's what I do. Sometimes when I'm putting up instructional videos, I get interrupted, but that's cool. So students take priority. All right, so problem 21 says a hospital has a main campus and 3 satellite locations, so essentially we have 4 locations. Management wants to reduce waiting time for ER cases. A random sample of 11 ER cases is taken at each location, the waiting time measured. So guys, we can come here and see the waiting times at each of the 4 locations, and we can open this in StatCrunch. So the first thing we have to do is set up the null and alternative hypothesis. Since there are 4 locations, we know that we can only have mu1 through mu4, so it has to be B or D. And you know, for reasons I've gone into previously, our alternative hypothesis is not all the means are equal to one another. The F-stat of 6.32, gang, I would use the ANOVA command on StatCrunch to work this. So I'm going to move all of these over. And I'm going to compute the Tukey HSD, which is the post-hoc test. And then I will go compute. Now if you come to the ANOVA table right here, you can see where I get the 6.32. And you'll see that the p-value is 0.0013. So these 2 values right here I get from using StatCrunch. Now, since the p-value is less than alpha, guys, again, our alpha was 0.05. Our p-value is less than that at 0.001. We reject the null. And we find that there's sufficient evidence to conclude that there's a difference in the mean waiting times at the 4 locations. Now, we use the post-hoc analysis at the bottom, which is the Tukey HSD at the 95% level, and we take the main campus starting out and we compare it to satellite 1, satellite 2, and satellite 3. Now what you're primarily interested in here is you're interested in the p-values. So if we have a p-value less than 0.05, that means that the main campus is different in terms of waiting time, mean waiting time, than in this case satellite 1. We can see this p-value is less than 0.05. About to lose my voice. So satellite 2 is different than the main. Because this p-value is higher than 0.05, then satellite 3 and the main aren't different. Well, as you look down through here, none of the rest of these p-values are less than 0.05. So the only difference that we have is between the main and satellite 1 and satellite 2. So that's the reason I selected D and E. Okay? All right, next question.